Hey love, so we're jumping right in with our mason jar. Of course, the first ingredient here is going to be fenugreek seeds. You can get this in the seeded form or the powdered form, whichever works best for you. I've got it in the seeded form. We're going to be taking 1 full tablespoon and adding it to this mixture. I know I'm measuring it in halves, but of course it equals out. All right, we're going to follow that up with some amla powder. This is organic powder that has amazing benefits for your natural hair. So I'm going to just be taking 1 teaspoon of this product and adding it to the mason jar. After that, we're going to be taking organic marshmallow root powder. I'm also going to be taking 1 teaspoon of this product as well, and we're going to drop it in. Following that up with some MSM fine powder. I believe this is the last powder I'm going to be using, and I'm only going to take about a fourth of a teaspoon and add it to this mason jar. All right. Now we're going to get into the oil. So coconut oil is a staple oil in my everyday regimen. I'm going to go ahead and just go for a half a cup here of coconut oil. And once again, this is a staple oil in my regimen. All right. And we're going to, of course, heat it up because it has to be in the oil form before we drop it in, just to make sure the mixture is nice and well mixed at the end. So there we go. Next, we're going to follow that up with some extra virgin olive oil. This is another staple oil that I include in my everyday regimen and that I use pretty regularly. So I'm also going to include half a cup of the extra virgin olive oil. All right, and drop that right in. Now we're going to get into some other oils that I don't use every day but pretty regularly for hair growth. This is castor oil here, and for the castor oil, because it's a thick formula, I like to use a little bit because a little bit goes a long way. So of course I'm going to use a half a tablespoon twice, so it would be 1 full tablespoon of castor oil. All right, this is the second half. We're going to follow that up with some grapeseed oil, pure, and of course you can also use these oils on your skin as well. Of course, in this video I'm going to be using it on my hair. So I'm also going to include 1 full tablespoon of grapeseed oil as well. And I was trying to be a little fancy with the presentation here, but girl, just do it the normal way so that you don't make a mess. Drop it in. Okay, so up next we've got peppermint oil. Now peppermint oil creates a natural tingling sensation on my scalp. Not only that, but it does increase blood circulation, and it also just creates a really healthy environment for my scalp in general. So I love incorporating this into my regimen. We're going to follow it up with some tea tree oil, which is also a very beneficial oil to use on your scalp. And I'm just going to drop in about 5 to 6 drops into this container. All right, now I'm going to be using aloe vera juice, 100% aloe vera juice. I typically use a plant, but of course in this video, I'm just going to stick with the juice. All right, now it's time to mix everything together. So I'm using this wooden screwer. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Probably butchered it, but yeah, make sure it's mixed very well. Put the lid on everything, and we're going to go ahead and let it sit for, I believe I allowed it to sit for 3 days. I initially only wanted to sit for 1 day, but I would highly recommend you allow it to sit for 3 days to a week. All right, so after allowing it to sit for 3 days, this is how the mixture is looking. Of course, you got all of the powdered product at the bottom and the oil at the top. And I'm also going to show you another view here. So this is my kitchen. I had this sitting in the on the counter in my kitchen just so that I can mix it up every now and then every time I enter the kitchen, because I want to make sure that all these ingredients really infuse together and create a nice, healthy hair formula for me to apply to my hair later on. All right, so now it's time to strain everything out. Of course, we've got the bowl, we've got our nut milk bags, which are strainer bags, and they're just going to help with making sure everything has a smooth transition into the bowl. All right, so this is how those milk bags look. All right, And I'm just gonna put it in. I would recommend that you try to kind of squish it down just a little bit more. But I got a little bit lucky with this because it didn't spill over on the outside of the container. So I was kind of lucky, but it just squish it down just a little bit more just to be on the safe side. And yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna allow that just to sit a little bit and drip in. As you can see, I did go ahead and lift it up and allow it to drip into the bowl. Next, I'm going to be taking my other strainer and then I'm just going to sit it on there for about 5 to 10 minutes and allow it to get any other oils out. I strained it once more into this small jar here and this is how it looks. All right, so as you can see, it's nice and clear. You don't see any powder substance in it. So we're good to go. All right, if you are curious as far as what my mason jar looks like, it has a little bit of oil in it, but for the most part, I've got everything out. All right, so now it's time to go ahead and transition it into another jar, which is going to be the final jar it's going to be put into. All right, so we're going to take everything, use our funnel, and we're just going to pour it straight in. All right, so allow it to drip in just a little bit and we're pretty much good to go. All right, so it actually made a decent amount of product and I might up the ingredients next time, but we'll see how long this lasts first. But this is the final look at the product, guys. I will have all the information down in the description box below if you are interested. And I'm gonna go ahead and just show you how I actually apply this to my hair, so definitely stay tuned. All right, so now we're at the application portion of the video. So I'm going to show you exactly how I apply this to my hair. Now my hair, I just took down my butterfly locks. So my hair is a little dirty, but not too dirty. It's definitely clean enough to transition into my next protective style. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply this oil and prep my hair for my next protective style. All right, so here is the oil that I created along with an applicator that I'm going to use to apply this oil today. Now, initially when I purchased this bottle off of Amazon, I thought it already came with like, you know, a natural applicator, but it didn't. So we're going to work with what we got. I went in my medicine cabinet and I was able to get this applicator, which you'll see me demonstrate how I'm going to use it right here. All right, it's just going to scoop the liquid up and then as you can see, I can just press it and it'll squirt out a little bit. All right, so we're going to apply this to all of the sections of our hair, in between the sections, straight on the parts. Just try to get it all over first and then you can kind of massage it in as you go. All right, so I love this formula for this oil. It's very lightweight and it's very different from my previous formula. So I love the fact that I can just really massage this in, you know, once or twice a day, maybe even 3 times if I'm feeling up to it. But it's definitely a lightweight formula and you can use this in between styles before you transition into another style. Just whatever your preference is. So this is my demonstration of how I utilize my hair growth oil. As you can see, I've been getting a lot of growth and my hair looks extremely healthy. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.